Hi brothers and sisters, so welcome back to another video. I hope you've had a fantastic week. I have missed you guys. The program is running strong, and so my time is a little bit preoccupied at the moment, but in November I will be back doing more frequent videos. I do want you to know though that I care about you, I miss you, and I wanted to pop on to talk a little bit more about the narcissist. Also to let you know, if you want some help healing from narcissistic abuse or trauma, if you have addictions or some type of mental illness that's been caused by having relationships with these people, I do invite you to join my 40-day healing program. It's free, doesn't cost any money, and we are launching again in November. If you want to do it with me, click on the link below, check out the program, and then register for the program, and you can start in November, okay? But today we're going to talk a little bit more about the narcissist. I really want to try and free you guys from the bondage of this mind control, because that really is the heart of what the narcissist is doing, trying to confuse your reality, trying to give you toxic hope, trying to make you think that they are going to change when in reality they aren't. Now, I'm not saying that it is impossible for a narcissist to change. I'm saying that it is incredibly improbable, and they likely will not change as long as you are allowing them to abuse you. So regardless of whether they do or don't change, you will need to leave the equation in order for it to have any hope of happening, okay? So let's talk about the one main reason why the narcissist isn't going to change. And that is very simply, they don't want to change, okay? The narcissist is unwilling to accept or acknowledge that they have any flaws. You know this is happening because whenever you try and bring something up to them, try to explain to them how they've hurt your feelings or how it would be nice if maybe they could do something a little bit differently, it always turns around to you doing something wrong instead. And you're the one apologizing, and you're the one who's making a commitment to make changes. And one thing that's really important to note is that while you are really hoping that the narcissist will change, that they'll be able to acknowledge their mistakes and become different, the narcissist is also hoping that you'll change, that you'll be able to accept how great they are and how their behavior is totally acceptable, and that you're the one who's putting pressure on them to be something other than their authentic self, that they don't need to actually be different, that the problem is not them because the problem is you. The problem to the narcissist is that you don't appreciate them enough. You don't see how great they are. You don't understand that you're the one who's driving their issues. You don't understand that when they're abusive, it's because you did something to make them hurt you. They view you as the problem in the same way that you can see that they are the problem, but they are unwilling to acknowledge that there's anything wrong with them. They will not go to treatment. They won't talk to somebody. They won't try and make things work. And this has a large part to do with the fact that they are addicted to power and control. And so they don't want to acknowledge that they have done something wrong, because that would require them to let go of the authority that they have in your life. The narcissist wants to be in control. They want to be the one who's viewed as the smart one, the kind one, the generous one, the one who everybody likes, and you're the problem. They want that to stay. They are invested in you being the problem. In many situations, for the narcissist to change, because they've created such a facade in their life, it would require everything to fall apart around them. And that's just something that not only a narcissist, but just regular people would have a really hard time doing, to allow everything that you have worked for, even though they haven't worked for it in any real sense, they have worked to create the illusion. And so that illusion's really important to them, and they're not going to let it just be destroyed because one person who's completely insignificant and doesn't really matter thinks that they should be different. You don't matter that much to them. You are always, I know that's probably hurtful for you to hear, and I mean, you matter to me if that's helpful, but to this type of person, you don't matter, and you certainly don't matter more than they matter to themselves. And these are important things to remind yourself, because it'll help to release the hold that they have on you. And again, this toxic hope, this hope that the issue is in their understanding, that they just don't see things right. And if they could see things right, that they would change. But when we understand that they don't want to change, they don't want to be the problem, even if they could intellectually understand that admitting that they were the problem would fix the relationship with you, your relationship doesn't matter to them as much as the illusion that they have created, not for other people, but for themselves. It really is important for them to not view themselves as bad people. It crushes them. Like, they need to be admired. They need to be viewed in a good light, because that's where their sense of self-esteem comes from. A narcissist alone, completely ignored with no one in their life, would die. They do not get any sense of self-satisfaction. They have no sense of identity outside of what people mirror back to them. That's why their lies are so important. That's why when you show up and you show them that they've lied and you can prove it, they get so angry with you. They're angry because they don't want to believe that reality. They're very invested in the illusion that they have created. They want to believe that they're good people so much, because the idea that they are bad people would kill them. It is really a great fear for them to be viewed negatively, because then they have to look at themselves negatively, and they just do not have the emotional regulation to deal with guilt. It's impossible for them to sit in guilt, allow it to convict them to change their mind and their behavior, because the guilt, like, suffocates them almost. It's as though they cannot accept that they have done something wrong. That's why they're always projecting it away and deflecting it and denying and lying about it, because they can't handle it. They're very, very insecure, and they're very, very weak. Even though they act like they're all powerful and they're strong and that they don't care and they're super confident, it's all an act. They are very insecure. They have no real sense of self. They don't have God in their life, and so they can tell that they are incomplete. They can tell that there's something wrong with them, but they don't know how to accept that. They don't know how to allow that to penetrate their heart and change them, because they're so afraid of it. Okay, so these things are really important for you to understand, that it is a defect within them, and specifically in their personality. It's called a personality disorder for a reason. Their reality is distorted. They see things differently. Many of these people would pass a lie detector test, okay, because they believe the lie. They have reframed reality so many times that they view what is in their mind as being true, even though in real reality, objective reality, from God viewing down and looking at things, it would be clear that they're lying. In their mind, they're committed to that lie, and it's the new truth. And if you try to tear that down, these people will work at destroying you, because they're invested in the delusion so much more than you. And this is the important thing to remember, is they're so protective of the reputation and character and illusion that they have created for themselves and for others, that you don't matter in the grand scheme of things. They will find somebody else to play your part, because that really is what you're doing. The narcissist creates a construct. It is a story that surrounds them with people who reflect back that which they want to hear. And so if you're not willing to play your role properly, if you're not willing to be a part of the story in the way they wrote it, then out you go. And somebody else is going to fill that void. They do not care in the same way that you do. They don't have genuine feelings. They don't have attachments to you. You are something that they can use to achieve an end, and that's it. It really is important for you to understand that if they really do have narcissistic personality disorder, not just tendencies, but if they really are a narcissistic person pathologically, then they're never going to change their behavior because you want them to, or to save your relationship. It just doesn't matter to them. Like, in their mind, there's no advantage to admitting that you're right. There's no advantage to changing who they are, because it would require their entire world to be different, and they simply don't want that. They don't want to have a balanced relationship. They don't want to both be in control. They don't want you to have a say, or more of a say than what you have right now. They don't want any of those things. They want you to admire them. They want you to appreciate how special they are. They want you to allow them to take from you whenever they want. And they want you to not complain about it. They want you to view their using of you as something to be grateful for. You should just be happy that you're in their presence. You should be happy that you get to spend time with them. You should be happy that they are talking to you at all. And the fact that you're trying to explain to them how they could be better means that you really don't understand your place. You don't understand who you're talking to, and you're going to cause a lot of waves. And so it's just not worth it. And so that's really the message for today. I know it's not a warm and fuzzy message, but there are people out there who do care about you, or will care about you, because they care about people, because they're not narcissistic in nature. They do want to have real connection with people. They do want a relationship that's built on honesty and trust. They want to find somebody to be a partner in life, not a step stool or somebody that they can bully into submission, but a genuine partner, a friend, somebody that they can share good times with. There are lots of people like that in the world. And I encourage you to let go of the people who are not like that and find somebody else, because there's plenty of people. There's billions of people in the world. There's somebody out there who will treat you right, who will treat you with respect, with decency. It doesn't mean they'll be perfect. It doesn't mean maybe they won't even have some tendencies of narcissism. But there are people that when you explain that they've hurt you, will apologize, will genuinely feel bad about it, and will change their mind about their behavior because they don't want to hurt you anymore, and they'll do better. Those people exist, and those people are the ones you should be investing your time into, because the narcissist isn't going to change. They will just continue to take from you until you are 100% depleted. They have no intention of changing. There's no advantage to them changing. They don't want to change. They just want you to stop harping on them. Stop pointing things out that make them feel bad. Stop not acknowledging that they're so fantastic. That's what the narcissist wants from you, okay? But I want you guys to have life. So does God, okay? God wants you to have life abundantly. He wants you to be in a place of joy and peace, okay? But if you keep finding yourself in relationships with toxic people, abusive people, whether it is verbally, psychologically, emotionally, physically, sexually, whatever the case may be, if you keep falling into these relationships, then you probably have some type of addiction to drama, and you need to break that. You're going to need to understand that somebody who's healthy is not boring. Okay, you're so used to the drama cycle of being love bombed and then ignored and then love bombed again, that when you're in a relationship with a healthy person, you think that there's something lacking. You think that the passion's missing, or you're not really soulmates. That is where the change of mind has to happen. This is where the 40-day program will really come into play, because we talk about filling your mind with new knowledge, okay? The program is about reframing things in your mind, taking in new knowledge, adjusting your belief systems so that you're not the type of person who's easily manipulated and confused by these narcissists. So check out the program. I would love it if you would join me in November. It's a fun time. You get daily videos, there's study guides, there's program guides, there's lots of resources. We've got a group, a WhatsApp group where we do video calls and share messages with you guys each day just to keep you encouraged and motivated. And you get the opportunity to meet with me one-on-one if you think I can help you in your situation, all right? So that's an invitation to you. If you're looking for a sister, if you're looking for somebody to give you biblical advice on how to deal with that narcissist, I'm your girl. I'm here for you. I love you. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll be back in a couple days. Bye, guys.